Good morning, all. This is Mike East. I'm the owner of Smart Level. I'm on here today in response to an unmitigated attack by Pacific Sotheby's international realty agent, Luke Hagenbach. Luke called me. He was interested in buying one of the levels. Evidently, he's a realtor. Um, Evidently, he's a realtor. Anyway, there's a lot of uses for Smart Level in the realty community industry. You can check homes to see if they're level, out of level, if you've got cracks in the foundation, footings, things of that nature. You can double check that. It lets you know where the floors and foundations are. You can check drainage away from the home. There's just a lot of different uses that the level has in this industry. When Luke called, he was concerned because on the website, all of my advertisements everywhere, I state that the level was basically, it was designed for the iOS, for Apple. 95% of my customers are Apple users. Uh, you, I hate doing things like this. Unfortunately, this is one of the necessary evils when you run a business, is dealing with people like this. I don't like doing it. So anyway, I talked with Luke, explained to him that he has an Android. Evidently, he told me he was pretty much an Android expert. That should have been a little indication right there as to what I was in for. Explained to him that all of the really cool functions on this at that time were in iOS. The system was designed for iOS. So Luke understood that. He even said he may pick up an older iPhone. You don't have to have one that's in a package or anything. It can be just, all the way back to an iPhone 7 that you're not using anymore. So Luke bought the system, and as soon as he got it, I started getting phone calls that didn't make any sense. He couldn't get his Android connected. He could get his Android connected. One thing and another. I asked him after I finally had a few phone calls with him, what I do with customers like that. I say, shoot a video, send me a video, photo or something like that, because the videos don't lie. They tell you the truth of what's going on. He couldn't figure out how to do a screenshot, do a screen recording, shoot a video. This Android expert couldn't give me any usable information to troubleshoot the various things that he said were going on with the level. It was really frustrating. Both my assistant and I spent a lot of time on the phone and shooting emails back and forth. We finally decided just to give the guy his money back. I charged him a modest restocking fee, even though we have a no return policy. It's an industrial piece of equipment, and he shipped it back. After that, he said he wanted a full refund, demanded a full refund, and said that he would retaliate if we didn't do that. And he's already played with the equipment. I can't sell it as a new piece of equipment anymore. I take a couple $100 loss on it, sell it as a demo, explain to people that it's been used. Somebody tried it out in the field, couldn't figure out how to use it, send it back. I've got children using this thing, so it doesn't take a lot to actually use it. But anyway, so after that, he posted a 15-minute video in which he puts little pop-ups in. He couldn't shoot me a single screenshot of what he said was happening or a 5-second video. But he can post a 15-minute video with little pop-ups, and he's very articulate. He's good at doing this. So anyway, I'm going to counter some of the things that he threw out there, because I've got a couple of people that had questioned me on this. One was a return policy. When you click on the order form, it says we have a no return policy. We got a lot of distributors out through the country. If you don't know what the level, if it's right for you or not, go try it out. Put your hands on it at a distributor location, see if it's right for you or not. We don't offer a money back guarantee. I've done that before, and I've had people that would survey one job site, and that was all they needed, send it back. I've had a lot of people that would actually do that, and we just got away from that. And the return fee is like 20%. It's a modest return fee. But anyway, so he knew this before he bought the equipment. He agreed to it when he clicked on the button. Some of the things that he said it didn't make any sense. I would start talking with him about one issue, and then he'd tell me, he'd chastise me on how I should have designed it for Android first, because the majority of the people in the world that are going to be using equipment like this use Android. I know my customers, 95% of them use iOS, and and as I told him, Android's coming out. We've got the Android, everything working on the Android right now. That he was complaining. We had it working then. I don't know why he couldn't use it. Anyway, you can tell I don't like doing things like this. It's not my forte. I like designing and dealing with reasonable people. So he talks about the slot in the back where you're liable to get water or dust into it. He's really concerned about that. I've got a video on the FAQ page where I dropped the level into a puddle of water. I had one of these levels in a tornado in Louisiana, underwater in brackish water for, it was about 3 weeks. Had to replace a few bolts on it, screws that were corroded. After that, it was back in service. So, it's not a problem, Luke. He said the monopod was a standard monopod and talked about what a bad thing that was. It's done that way intentionally. There's a million uses for this level, and some people need to be able to connect it to tripods, various monopods. It will connect to any standard camera, monopod, tripod. It's designed that way from the factory. That's not a downside. That's the way it's designed. Tubing. He talks about the cheap vinyl tubing that was used as he's supposedly reading the tubing. It states on the tubing, it's not vinyl, it's industrial grade polyurethane. There were 3 teams of engineers that picked this tubing out to make sure it would do what we wanted it to do. One of the reasons we use it is you can replace this in the field if it's damaged. If somebody runs over it with a track hole, drops a concrete block on it and actually cuts the tubing in 2, you can replace the tubing in the field. It was designed that way intentionally. He talks about the tubing's going to break at the display. Been in business 25 years, and this kid knows more about my business in 30 seconds than I have. The entire time he was going through telling me how I should have designed this one way and this one way and this another way. And we spent 90% of the time I was trying to figure out what issue he thought he had, when he's just chastising me on how he could design the product so much better than me. Made in the USA. He questions if it was made in the USA. It's made in Huntsville, Alabama, Rocket City. Got a lot of engineers down there. Actually, 3 of my engineers that work on this for me live in Huntsville. One lives here in Nashville. He's a Swedish gentleman, actually, really cool dude. Worked for Apple for a while. Really, really fine app designer. Actually, when this gentleman, Luke, said he was having problems, I sent his emails specifically to the my app designer, Biot, and had him troubleshoot through the specific iPhone that Luke said he was using. He said, Mike, he said, I can't find a thing wrong with it. Have him shoot me a screenshot, a video recording, have him describe in detail what it's doing. He couldn't do any of these things. It was very frustrating. And then after all this, after we go to all this trouble, he puts a 15-minute video up running me and my product down with all this ridiculous crap. So made in the USA, back to that. Plastics are molded in Georgia. The unit's made in Huntsville, as I said. All you have to do is look on the website to see that. I can't imagine somebody using this guy as a realtor if this is the way he's going to treat you. Monopod, slotted back plastic, USA. Oh, the app crashing. Made a huge thing over that. And like I say, not one video, not one photo, not one accurate description of what it was doing. It was very frustrating. And all these things are frustrating. And then he comes to the point where he gets away from all these little insinuations and inaccuracies, and he just lies. He says the level isn't accurate. He couldn't describe how he was using it. He couldn't describe what was accurate or inaccurate about it, but he's adamant about how inaccurate the level is. It's frustrating. And I thought, I'd just take for a few minutes and just vent my frustration here like he did and respond to him. Most of you don't want to hear this garbage, but some of you that might be actually thinking about using this guy as a realtor need to hear it, because his restocking fee was less than $200 on equipment that shouldn't have even been returned, and he agreed he wouldn't return it. What's this guy going to do to you if you have a serious issue and you've got real estate in this gentleman's hands? This is the person that you're dealing with. So he take a shot at me, and I've had a couple of people that have seen his thing online and questioned me about it, and it's frustrating. When you're a business owner and you're trying really hard to do what's right with the public, and you got these big mouth kids that know how to run their mouth but don't know how to work their hands or anything else, and have no real life common sense. And some people are going to believe him when they click on the reviews and see this garbage. So I just thought I'd respond to you. So that's my rant for the morning. Sorry, most of the rest of my things you're going to see a very cheerful person, but all of us get beat down occasionally. And you can't throw rocks at every dog that barks at you. you'll never reach your destination. I think Roosevelt said that. This is one dog I had to stop and throw a rock at. Thanks, guys. Sorry for this. Catch you on a better note next time.